Hi everybody, welcome back to Materia D&D, where we play D&D our way, and we are continuing with session 178, where the Menagerie are going down memory lane as they're having a hero feast, in the bolstered dinner with the Cerulean Kingdom emissaries and their royal guards. They have been presenting the tale of the Great Coral Mountain and have now made it there to the part where they are in Carver. They discussed the most notably they discussed the curse that was on Dregnar and how they worked together with inhabitants of the Great Coral Mountain to finish a bunch of labors and manage to create a vessel out of a hellhound skull and to trap the evil essence of Zarya, one of the 9 hags that was part of the Coven of Covens, also known as Zarya the Bitch, that somehow left her mark and scarred and cursed Dregnar. But the story continues, they progress. Loon Loon is still eagerly awaiting, trying to be a good little. I've been rolling on the side to see if she just obeys you. She hasn't rolled a natural one yet. So I was really worried I was gonna roll a natural one when you were talking about the hellhounds and she jumped out and then they were
Oh
gonna
my god.
attack Loon Loon, but that didn't happen.
Not much of
Uh,
a sound impression.
but Loon Loon is still in the woods, being eager to be summoned, waiting for the little purple prestidigitation fireworks. But we are now transitioning into the part of the story where the Crass Menagerie are discussing what they did in Carver, more notably in the mines of the Snoring Mountain. That was recently, or part of the tunnels were recently excavated after they had been blocked off for many decades. And people were going missing, and the Menagerie had discovered that the tools that were in that part, the tools, the carts, the railing, all the things on that part of the cave, the mine system, were mimics in disguise. Yet, unlike your typical adventurers, the Crass Menagerie, rather than slay and ask questions later, they decided to make friends with the mimic. And my players learned that they missed a very awesome, theoretically awesome encounter. Um, but still got all the experience for it. They navigated it differently towards the mess-up. And now we are picking up where they are descending into the Skyless Realm. The Skyless Realm, aka in regular D&D, the Underdark. But in Materia, it is known as the Skyless Realm, the dark places where things are forgotten about. And we pick up wherever my players decide to pick up. So I hand the mic over to you guys, and I'm going to go get my tea and listen. So I'm here.
How's everybody enjoying themselves tonight? Ah. So, we carry on. We reach the bridge. We've got our swarm of mimics. We're communicating with them, making friends. I swear one of them was named Jimothy. But great bunch of mimics. Highly recommend them. If you can talk to them. If you got the magics to talk to them. Otherwise, they're
Not the best conversation.
they're a little instinctual. Don't talk to them without us nearby.
You can be friends with anything if you talk to it.
And all thanks to our head diplomat over here, Diplomatizer Supreme, Rock. Give it up for Rock, everybody.
Give me a perception check with advantage on that.
Me?
Hmm?
Oh.
Persuasion check. I will say, Davis, you picked up that it is a contested roll, so if you want to do anything,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I will roll for them.
Bravura.
I rolled doubles. Does that mean I can roll again? No, it's a 9 and a 6. Never mind. 25 total.
Add a
But
d12 to that.
ha ha.
Let me. Ah,
Ooh,
Nice.
34 total. Thank you.
okay. I lost Foundry somehow. Give me a second.
Or wait, you know what? I technically don't have my reward because of the fight, unless we want to pretend like I do. Nah, I don't have it.
Oh, you don't have it? Okay, so
Yeah,
25?
I used it in the fight.
25.
I would quickly reset everything. Sorry, one second.
Oh, let me turn your camera back on, because yeah, you're back.
Yeah, I just lost it. Okay. Yeah. When you're doing the whole diplomat, you'll see that while Rock, I don't know, Rock, what you're up to. You can kind of, if you have time to speak, kind of say what you're doing during story.
I'm playing my makeshift didgeridoo and every now and then throwing in a comment. And I would be available for cues because we've all done story time before.
Oh yeah, y'all
So
are
if
proud.
if I can tell what I want, some illusion.
Oh, President
I
J, a
don't
little
know,
spotlight on
whatever.
you.
Yeah, but what you'll pick up is the diplomancer comments. Perennial will stop looking or stop eating and kind of look over at Rock, who's sitting there with the shawl and playing it. Just kind of raise her eyebrow a little bit, look at you, Al, and it's like she's processing it. Like, really, that guy?
Yeah, I also don't like the full attention, so I'm just like, yeah,
Al,
tuck
he'll be
in a little bit and just blow my horn a little louder so I don't know, stop directing them at me.
I was gonna nod smugly, like, yeah, I just said that, and then he'll cut it short, noticing how you're. He's like, oh yeah, Rock, okay. Back to our regularly scheduled program. So we lead our group of mimics. Um, all they wanted to do was go home, so we lead them where they wanted to be, a little deeper into the tunnels, to do their duty of keeping threats at bay. Other threats deep down in the tunnels, warring factions. Yes, all this and more.
Ah.
Now walk with me down into the depths of the tunnels of the Snoring Mountains. We obtain an ancient wisdom from the ancient bridge mimic. Tells
Hey,
us woes and what to be careful for.
that deserves a something. What does that deserve? That deserves, another. That's a deception check. Y'all didn't get any wisdom from a mimic.
Yeah, we did.
What was the wisdom?
Says
I'm trying to remember.
the mountain is home to more than just minerals and gems and souls have lost their way. In it, dangerous slippery poisonous
Oh,
paths can be found.
okay.
That sight does little good for navigation. You're entering a realm where there is no light.
You're
Okay,
strangers down there. Be very
fine,
careful.
fine. That works.
My,
Okay.
Although my
my
note
sweet
says an
summer
ancient
child.
mimic said that, and I don't remember a particularly ancient mimic. But
Well, I mean, okay, so you wouldn't. Maybe you put ancient because you realize that. So, all right, let's put it this way. It was at that time it was 268, right? Yeah, so it was 268 years since the end of the Black War. The Black War raged for 1,000 or so years before then, and the mimics got there about midway point through the Black War. So that's Davis. I mean, it's not a 700 and something year old mimic. That could be ancient, right?
I guess they're all ancient.
Hmm. Okay.
That's it. Right, but that,
I will embellish that they had a beard of some sort. A moss beard. Da-da-da. Creature. We're a little skeptical to delve deeper in. We've dealt with the initial threat of what turns out to be friendly mimics. You just gotta talk with them. Um, but our comrade, our commander Davis, has been having visions, dreams, guidance over the past few nights. Uh, First, his hair begins to change color. Then his eye burns.
Yeah,
The
this whole
pain,
as he's describing
unsurmountable.
all of this, I'm like play acting the entire time.
gotcha. Okay. Performance check for you, David. Go ahead now.
And his dreams guide us further towards what he requires, what he's
Oh
being
boy,
led to. What we got?
a 1 and a 2 with advantage.
Woo!
Meant to be. All right.
I'm hamming it
The
up too
acting is,
much. I'm hamming it up.
yeah, a little bit too much ham right now. I'll keep that in mind in case there's some checks that need to happen. Go ahead.
His eye burns, searing pain of 1,000 suns.
I'm like on the
Kind of
floor
doubles
writhing.
down. um, he shares his dreams with us. Tales of despair, visions of what once was. Snake-like beasts creeping out of green clouds, two beings fighting, a purple a purple cloud as well. What's in his vision? He was he one of the clouds? But he knows deeper into the mountain he must go. He pushes onwards. He knows there's knowledge or wisdom hidden deep within the mountain, and that it calls for his name. Davis, 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 Davis.
Nice.
Ta-da. Every time he has doubt or uh, every time there's a key point, we need to go make a decision. Do we delve deeper? Do we play it safe? The pain returns. It pushes him onwards. Something's something's pushing our friend. But is it a benevolent force or an evil one? All the answers lie deep within the mountain. And as with the menagerie, we will follow each other unto the ends of the earth, to the ends of materia, or deep down into its bowels. Sure. So we press onwards. Ta-da.
I'm trying to remember. I know there's some point in here when. Yeah, I think it was right around this time where I like literally turned the dome into a sauna from heat, my own
Yes.
heat.
There's more dreams, so we definitely sleep down in this place. So it's yeah. I think it's only one night. Um, for sure, yeah. More dreams, more visions. Volcanoes. The serpentine monster claims, "Find me."
Mm-hmm.
Davis falls into fiery cracks or fissures into the serpent's mouth. Uh, Strange, cosmic. What's another term for rocks? Did I just go straight from meteor?
Boulders. I don't know.
Fragment.
Ooh. Fragments of the stars themselves fall onto the surface. Whatever is guiding our friend may yet come from beyond materia. Ooh-wee.
Yeah, Davis joins you. Ah.
Serpentine scales. Each dream, each vision becomes more clear than the last. The serpentine creature, scales of hot magma, its left eye fused shut. Da-da-da-da-da. We scour deeper into the dark tunnels. Da-da.
We're gonna mention the greed rot that we fight, because we do.
There was already one combat. Yes. Yes. The beings of the mimics keep at bay, beings born out of greed of the mind of the gems that once existed, but too drawn in to leave to return to their past lives.
Corrupted.
The greed rots are born. Yes, corrupted. They only delve deeper to satiate their desire for riches, but corrupted by the very riches they seek. They are granted long, longer lives, but at the cost of their sanity. Were they once people? That's what the tales say. But they've adapted to living in such oof, a cursed area, down in the skyless realms. Grave skin, no eyes, an acute sense of smell. They vaguely resemble a person, but too animalistic, just without any sanity or semblance of
Humanity.
humanity. Yeah. Da-da. They listen for sounds. We found out quickly as we find a pack engaged in combat. They Hunt in packs. Very quick. Sharp teeth, pearl white. But nothing the menagerie can't handle, at least in this quantity. Ta-da. Dealing with a
Gosh,
few,
I don't remember this
starting.
many. Holy crap!
Little. Oh, I see that note. Ta-da. We venture deeper into the cave. Musky fungal scents. Um, very, very dark. Only the faintest of lights noticed by our friend Karos. We delve deeper in. Da-da, da. Ooh. Greed is one part more of a catalyst. Oh. Ooh. There's a purple mist leaching into the rocks, but it has no effect on us at this layer. We simply take note of it and proceed cautiously deeper into the tunnels. Da-da. Can't remember if it's a wrong turn or falling down a hole, but we find an entire nest of greed rot. More than I can count. But the sounds, the chittering, the nails on the rocks, the screeching, too many of them to handle. I just have combat begins. Do we stand our ground? Do we run?
Yeah. So, if you remember, they were kind of down a bit, and you guys were kind of using some natural cover to hide, even though they don't eat, but they hear and smell very well. Yeah, you ran into basically a nest of them, and then somehow I don't remember exactly
They were
the
alerted
attention.
because Dregnar and I were fighting.
That's what it was. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
They got a tent, and then you guys managed to hold at bay, a lot of them. And eventually, y'all broke through a rank line. Can't and this doesn't have to be story time for the diplomats, because you might be leaving it out on purpose, or you may have forgotten about it.
The book?
You remember what? Yeah,
Orin Ebenquill.
yeah. Is that being discussed or no?
No, because I think
Okay,
I think it links back to Bragator, Scholar.
that's fine. Yeah, I just want to quiz you guys on Orin, see what you guys remember.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, how did you find the book?
Huh.
Remember?
A puff of vibrant purple smoke
Yep.
drifts by quickly with a note of light. It dissipates into the. Oh god, I remember the not a hologram, but a
It's like a sentient
Yeah,
book.
close. Close. Magic mouth on the book. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
magic
it is.
mouth.
That's
Thank
what
you.
it was.
You heard me
Greetings.
saying like,
Yeah. Greetings. This is the last message recorded by Orin Evanquill.
Yeah.
I have activated as I have sensed arcane magic. Please find his last notes
in my
in my pages.
Yep.
And I just want to repeat dee 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 until you went there. You remember some of the things that you guys found in the book. This is backstory, or this is stuff that I don't mind telling you now that, or parts of it I don't mind telling you now that it's kind of been resolved.
I have a few bits. Most of it was discovered by Rock, and I
Mhm.
believe shared with the group.
Yeah,
At least I have
Rock
note
has
of it.
spell scrolls from it, but I don't remember the whole status on all those.
Um, Orin Orin Ebenquill was alive during the last third of the Braggart's War as a scholar and researcher. He was researching the greed rot when his leg was broken, and he knew that his death was certain. Is there a magical miasma leaching into the rocks, poisoning these people? Only hypothesis. He was cast down to the caverns by the trustees. Oh shit!
Yeah,
Betrayal!
yeah. So
Actually, I don't think
okay,
I had that in my notes about the trustees.
yeah. So and that's also why you guys had some questions uh
Yeah.
um about
What
Ultra Blue
the?
eventually when you confronted him. But okay, so a little, and some of this might come up. I doubt any of this will come up, but yeah. So Warren Epiquin was a scholar, occultist, and advisor that avoided the Braggart's War to study the disease upon this mountain. But you got it right. He had his legs broken and was cast into the caverns by the trustees. Correct. It's assumed that he died in the caverns, as per his last note. Wondering how long he'll live down here. But he left his note. And then, yeah, you said it correct. There's a magical sickness that spreads upon the mountain. Greed is one aspect of it, but it's more of a catalyst to a fever. Do you know who the greed or what the greed is now? Does that make sense?
I mean, if it wasn't
That-
a Ristratar, right?
The
Yeah.
Rostratar. Yeah.
That's
So
my
it
money.
was literally the presence of a Rostratar seeping into the mountain. And it drove all those people. So, for context, it drove all those people that came here to mine and gather and all that. They became infected by her greed. She was a supernaturally greedy individual.
She's
And
an
that's what
Elohim.
drove. Yeah.
Or
Oh,
was. Wink.
what? Wink, wink. But yeah, and then, yeah, it spread miasma into the rocks, blah blah blah. Exactly correct. So yeah, and then yeah, very good notes about that. So people, the greed rot, not like rot like rotting, but rot like brought upon. The greed rot are exactly that. They are all manner of people that became obsessed and became infected by Aristotar's greed and delved further and further into the mountainside, refusing to not strike it rich, getting lost eventually, but because of the realm that they are in, being the skyless realm, because of supernatural greed, because of other aspects, DM magic, right? They mutated and changed and became essentially Morlocks, if that gives you some context of who they were.
Yeah.
Greed rot Morlocks. Yeah.
Mm.
The only thing that I will add, which you guys did good, so you guys get another group inspiration for tracking that stuff down. I believe you guys still have the book.
I think so too.
I believe Rock does.
I believe Rock still has the book.
I believe Rack does, yes.
Yeah. The last entry in the book. My legs have been broken as I have been cast down to these caverns by the trustees. I cannot believe that power has driven them to such rash acts. I for certain will die down here, and I will ensure that my book is only found by those that can use it for a greater good or research and knowledge. Then there's gibberish, bloodstains, logs about him crawling through the caverns, personal point of him thinking about how long he'll last down here. And then, yeah, as you said, you got the miasma spreading and all that. So, yeah, so you guys now kind of understand some of the trustees were bad people. Some of the trustees, yes, he was not a trustee, but he was a recognized scholar, and he started asking questions. Got
And they were
pissed
like,
off.
that's illegal.
Yeah, got pissed off, took actions in their own hand. Yes, Gooch was a trustee. And this is something that you guys did not uncover, but I don't mind sharing. And if it comes up, it comes up. If it doesn't, whatever. Gooch got injured because he tried to stop the trustees from what they were doing. You guys
Oh.
never delved that far. You guys never went that direction. Gooch actually tried to stop his compatriots from acting upon what they were doing, and they turned on him. And rather than kill him, they realized that they gave him amnesia, coma like effect. So they left him. And he was slowly over 300, 400, 500 years building back that memory. And that's why he would recognize things or understand what y'all were saying, but not know what the fuck you were talking about.
Mm.
Be like, the blank, right? So, yeah.
And our whole approach was, sounds like an excuse. Just,
He's
I
Well, yeah,
lying.
yeah.
Mhm.
I can never force y'all to pursue something. Yeah, so as DM to players know that food was never intended to be an evil or a bad thing. It's actually meant to be good.
He won us
And
over eventually.
yeah, he did.
Yes,
Which I'm
yes.
happy that he managed to. And then yeah, the book is definitely so yeah. Orin was and for the sake of it, as you guys understand, because it was a wizard's book, he was obviously a wizard of some sort. But he was known as a scholar, occultist, and advisor that avoided the braggart court. So he's kind of like running away from his duties.
He's a deserter. No, I'm just kidding.
Kind of. I mean, depending on whose perspective, yeah, he was a deserter for some, but he didn't believe in the conflict.
I'm picking up like, man, I'm not gonna be part of the war machine anymore. And yeah.
War.
Basically.
Good God.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Cool. Good job. So that is another group inspiration for that's 4 now total.
I marked it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Woohoo. Woo.
All right. So you may continue about getting through the fungal colony of the greed rot.
One more thing, Al will always take like a little thing like, oh yeah, I did something cool. I want to talk about that. He'll always throw in his own little like, um.
Flex.
So with the combat area, with the greed rot being so small, there's no time for monkey anymore. We couldn't be casting that spell, couldn't be monkeying around. So Dragnar and I, on the spot, had to come up with a new combat tactic. Take out my rapier, stab it in, I guess the dirt.
Sure.
There's no podium, right? Yeah.
You can say there's like a wooden log, like it is set up so there's places for people to sit and everything, and you can
Ooh.
say that one close.
Hmm. There's a. Trying to think of something small. Say we don't have any like. Oh yeah, we have a halfling. Um, there's a smaller stump that somebody like Leo would sit on. I'll stab my rapier down into it, standing upright. Um, so on the spot, without saying a word to each other, we develop the tactic. First, I tease you with the whip, and I'll like, uh, yeah, the sword will stand it. I'll do not a full crack. I'll like try to lightly, um,
I get it. I get it. You're doing
grapple it.
presentation. Yeah, presentation.
First, I tease you with the whip, and then Dragnar, and I'll take a couple steps forward. Like it's a small log. I'll kick the shit out of it and knock it over. Dragnar sends you to the crypt. We took down countless reed rot with this tactic.
Wow.
Staple them and essentially, I'm able to nail their feet to the floors, and then Dragnar can get in there, dash, bah, bah. With a fury of fists, he's able to take him out in just a matter of a couple of seconds. Da-da, da-da. Alas, there was way too many to count, and they had the upper hand with how dark the area was, and them not having to deal with sight. We eventually had to disengage. Da-da. We make a run for it. More vegetative smell. Notice, strangely enough, there's some coins lying about on the ground. Drawings on the wall. We seem to be heading in some kind of direction. But we do notice it does feel like we're being guided this direction. Something's driving us down here. It could be the same force that's driving Davis, but with the two different colored clouds, we're still uneasy, still questioning. But we proceed cautiously. Drawings on the wall show gems and the serpent-like creature. We try to piece together the puzzle a bit more of perhaps the origin of these greed rot, or whatever dangers might be further down in these tunnels. Ta-da. More greed rot. We encounter some hooked horrors. Thankfully, it's yet another faction living down here in the Skyless realm. We're able to keep a distance, watch the hooked horrors go at war with the greed rot. Da-da.
Lun's freaking out right now, man.
I can hear the whining from a mile away. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da.
Say
Patch of
we
mushrooms,
found the
burst into
pool then,
spores
I
we
think.
stepped on.
Yeah.
Whoop. Mm. We begin to learn the greed rot are smarter than they let on. Some mushrooms with yeah, some mushrooms burst into spores when stepped on, laid about, hidden in the darkness. Um, It doesn't take long for us to realize these are actually traps set by the greed rot. The smell is pungent. It can be picked up from the distance. They're so keen. So we initially have to make another run for it. Then we learn to tread more lightly through the darkness. Lingering sickness. Unnatural plant life. We find another book that Al didn't bring up, Relored to Evan, or Evan Quill.
Well, it's the same book.
Same book. Okay, we just read further into
Yep.
Read more. Yep.
it. Oh, military supply caravans are swept away likely by the storm.
Yep.
People throughout town are seeing this. 5 symbols on the walls. The 5 families. Moved from scholarly role to more of an investigator. The trustees were abusing their power, saying.
Fine.
One was onto the people being cast into the caverns and fed to the mimics. His records assume the existence of the greed rot. The trustees actually broke Orin's leg and threw him down into the caverns to hide their tracks. Son of a bitch! I'm mad all over again about them.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean,
Estra,
they're all
Yuji,
dead now except
Solomon,
for Estros. So.
Laron, Ultra Blue.
except for
Ultra
Stu.
Blue's on the list. Ah! I'm gonna go kick that guy's ass later. No.
Yeah.
Is the green something fresh and potent? That's vague. Is the green something fresh, something potent? I don't know if I was referring to the dream, or if we found another mist down here.
At that point, I believe you were starting to run into vegetation.
Yeah, we found a tree.
Yes. We come across a felled log. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that was to play off of what you found later inside of her lair.
Yeah, the tree with
Yes.
the weirdness going on.
Oh.
Yeah. Let me see. Maybe this one is what I need to restore. I mean, it's not exactly accurate at the time, but yeah, you guys saw aspects of. Sorry, I have to like unarchive all these pages. Started to see aspects of her lair. I don't even know what the
this is
lighting.
the horde for sure. Yeah, I think we were over here somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, so there's lighting on this page. Let me
Yeah.
just try to remove lighting. There you go.
Mhm.
So you guys came in. So the map was like spatial, but go to the top left.
We were like here, right?
Yeah, you guys saw aspects of this leaking out,
Yes.
and that was another. If you guys really wanted to, you could have entered through this way, but it'd be like pretend space. But you guys came in through the bottom.
Mm.
No, nice. Up.
We encounter some vegetation. Proceed cautiously. A large pool of water sits before us. We spent some time to rest and investigate a little bit. I believe we can see a light way down south of us at this point, right?
Maybe I don't actually remember it.
I don't either. Because
Been a
there
hot.
was like a curtain of vegetation in front of it, right?
That yes. So we
Well,
didn't
so,
know
so
that.
so now you guys are getting a little confused. So keep in mind, maybe that's true also, but there is also the curtain of vegetation on the other side that was magically protecting the entrance, right?
Oh,
And that would be strangle thorn. That would be like from the strangle bark.
right.
So that would be like if you came from the outside, and that's what you
Yeah,
guys
which we
eventually
did.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was more like you guys got close enough in proximity to where her lair was actually bleeding out into the mountain
Hmm.
or into that cavern. And then I don't think you guys progressed much further, if I remember. I could be wrong again. Episodes and episodes on. You guys got out of it, and then I think you turned back. No,
No,
you
Rock went
did.
in.
You
Hmm.
went in, and then you guys went down, and then you left on Wrangle Park side, right?
Yes.
And then the kobolds found you. I think. Anyways, I'll let you guys
Yes.
story time.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Our curiosity gets the best of us. We're investigating this pool of water. Something seems abnormal about it. Um, our survivalists in the group were able to ascertain something was off about this pool of water. Um, so through the sheer force of curiosity, that is curiosity, I believe Rock dives in first, finds that there's a tunnel that leads to another nearby cavern. Going down this deep pool of water. Of course, we don't see him for a little too long, so we follow after. And this is where um I don't know how to signal for a swell in like the musical instruments and the didgeridoo. We first encounter. Oh, I need to move this note. It's just moving in front. This is where we first encounter the delirium miasma, the despoiler virtue, the avatar of avarice, the great dragon herself, the terror sleeping, resting.
I like it. Good
She
job.
loves us. Yes. Oh, we're just mucking around. I don't think we've engaged in combat yet. We're just
I think we did.
Nope.
hanging out. I think
I honestly
she
don't
waits for the
remember.
I'll
trap.
say, because, yeah, I think it was a trap, but I think then we ran. Because I will say, so this is episode 110 that we're looking at, that Al's narrating essentially at this moment, and then my entire notes for session 111 is we're getting pooped on.
Yes.
That's it. That's
So I
literally
think,
all my notes. I think 111 is just entirely combat of us getting our butt kicked by Aristotar, and we're running.
Mhm.
Yeah, because
I
we had
think
a
so.
fight. We had a fight in the lair where there was big mimics, and then we had
Oh,
a
that's
fight.
right. Yeah, like underwater.
Yeah, underwater treasure mimics, and then she fled to go deeper into her thing, and we decided not to chase because we were pretty screwed up.
Yes.
Retreated, hung out with the kobolds,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and
Nice.
then refought near the mountaintop.
Yeah. So yeah. So you're pretty close. Yeah. That is. Yeah. You guys. This is where sometimes DM dangles something easy in front of you, and sometimes dangles something that you're not supposed to poke the sleeping bear. And you guys poke the sleeping bear.
We had to know for sure.
Yeah. And then yeah. And you guys barely got out, but she didn't leave her lair, and that's what let you guys escape. You guys did a good job actually on the retreat, and all in all, once you guys decided, oh fuck, we're getting out of here.
Mm-hmm. So I
And
think
then
we
yeah,
got hit by a breath, and we were like, "This is a bad time."
I think, yeah, I think Dragnar being able to like shadow step and stuff helped a lot, because he was able to like go in and help people get out, and then bamf out himself.
Yeah.
And if I remember right, and this is not to pick on it, but I think Rock missed her in the water. I think Rock was in the water, and she swam by him, and he didn't realize that it was a dragon swimming by him. He just thought it was like current in the water. He like bobbed in the water a little bit, so he had no
You
warning
remember
system.
he was the farthest like on the east side. Like he was
Yeah.
over like here, and the rest of us were kind of in the middle.
Yeah, and she came down from her from her perch. So
Oh,
she
wow.
had all this time to come down from her perch, slip into the water, roll stealth checks, swim by, and
So
ambush
by
you
the
guys.
Sentinel Shield guy. Although did he have a he did have a Sentinel Shield, I think, right?
Yeah,
At
I
that
think
point.
he did. Yeah, I think at that point he did already.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, he may not have. I don't remember.
I don't
I
remember
really
either.
don't. But yeah, it was just I was rolling and I was like, okay, he didn't notice. He just bobs in the water.
There were shiny things all around.
It's true.
Yes.
And
literal
it's
horn.
her place. Like she knows how to be sneaky. Like
And like I wasn't expecting a freaking dragon. Mimics, sure, but like
No,
right?
no, no. That's what I said. I'm not calling you out.
Yeah, it's
I'm
totally.
It
dropping
was a roll.
what
I
happened.
I do remember that, and I was by myself.
Yeah, you were like somewhere like right here where I'm pinging, and she just straight up slipped right by you.
Yeah.
Didn't everyone else get like breath attacked, and I was busy hanging out by myself?
Yeah.
You're all dying.
Yeah. There's like 2 or 3 treasure mimics, if I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the mimics that she managed to get back in her lair and train, essentially.
And they were big.
And that's yeah, they were gargantuan.
Were they gargantuan? Damn.
I think they
I
were
think we
gargantuan.
had, I think we had
Let
the
me see.
epiphany earlier. Like, did she name them?
Oh no, they were.
Just huge.
If I was her, I
Yeah,
would have
but
named them.
still, like, woof.
Could be. Like that does could be.
Okay. Then in the story, I would have framed it as a. So yeah, we find this cavern. There's some, and he'll make the foreshadowing a little obvious, you found a horde of wealth strewn about under the waters. We began to
Ooh.
investigate, search to see what we could find. Had we hit the mother lode? So, um, most of us perch upon the shore, begin going over. Come on. There's so many notes on Hearthguard.
Yeah, no, it's
It
because
Where did
Sedge
we get that
cast legend
information
lore,
from?
and it was a fucking lore dump.
Ah, we take this time to ask the powers that be.
Yeah.
Where do we go next? It feels like a dead end. This curious, hidden underwater cavern. Uh, so our Fluxodon friend calls for their help, and we see a path forwards, but more nightmares, much to what Davis is used to in his dreams. A fox's face, then it begins to peel, revealing a serpent where the fox used to be. Serpent says, "Kill the bastard that stole my eye."
The wisdom of the
Da-da.
Forge Masters.
Ah, we obtained the wisdom. Um, the driving
Although I
force
will
that
say
be
real
what
quick,
the driving.
I have a note. This is as a player now. So
Uh-huh.
from my legend lore notes for Hearthguard, it says it was blessed by the scintillant, and I don't remember what that is, if we ever knew.
I'll put a question mark next to that. Yeah,
Okay.
possibly the start of
Uh,
the spell, possibly the molten forges.
the scintillant. The scintillant. It may come up, so if it's spoiler, sorry. The scintillant is the revered name of Agni. That's Agni's title.
Mm,
Or they are the
Got it.
Agni the scintillant.
Cool.
That is her whole. Yep.
I mean, Davis
So
would clearly know that because they've got a thing.
yeah. So you would now maybe have like an innate understanding because you are. It's weird. I don't know how to describe what Davis is. He's not necessarily like the avatar of Agni, not necessarily like the chosen of Agni, but he's like that.
Champion.
If that makes sense,
The
you know?
champion of Agni.
Yeah.
mhm.
Champion of Agni. So, but yeah, Agni. So Agni's fuck name is sorry. Yeah, Agni's name is Agni. Her revered name is the Scintillant, or her title, or however you want to do it. And I say her because in my mind, Agni's a girl. I mean,
Yeah.
technically they're a name. Um. Uh. Yeah, and then as you guys kind of learned, Fox icon in all the Fox books and all that because that's where landed. But yeah, so Scintillant is her title, and scintillate that's light based. It's and fire is light, and that's where they got the magic for the forges. That's what made the forges special, but we'll go into that whenever you guys get there.
Mhm.
I
Nice.
mean,
Okay. Ta-da. For the powers that be, Davis's Hearthguard is the reason why one of the driving factors of why we went down here. We know that it and Davis are linked to the mountain. Um, the divine let us know that the Hearthguard is the key to open the forges, to sound the gongs, to empower and reawaken it once again. And as we begin to draw a close on um, this path forward from the divine, we are struck by uh, the worst case scenario. And then I would go on with the lingering miasma, the spoiler of virtue, weighing at 2,500 pounds, probably more than that.
Let's get
let
ready
me
to
roll. That's
rumble.
not been here. Okay. So as you're doing, sorry, I gotta sneeze.
At this point, he's referring to her as the Great Green Dragon herself.
The Great Green Dragon. The Great
Yeah.
Green Dragon. So as you're doing that again, and you're bringing up, you'll hear in the bushes, you'll hear this, and then you'll see as orange mass starts to kind of run on by. I need perception checks from everybody, por favor. can roll for Ben if you
Yeah, I'll
want.
get it. Oh, let's go.
Or my Alex. Oh, Davis. Okay.
Woo.
I need to bring stuff. Then I do need to actually use this that I made. Yay! Okay, cool. I didn't waste my effort during the break. Oh, damn. 30.
Mm.
Wait, what?
Damn.
Did I just? I have just rolled 2 fucking 20s back to back
King.
for 2
We've
different
all,
people.
Yeah.
Most of us already know what happens, so we're not really paying attention to the story. We
Yeah.
just snap
you got-
straight to as soon as anything else, literally anything happens.
Like
What?
finally.
Like, it's a weird combination of, like, you're enjoying to hear the regaling, you know, because Al is, again, unnaturally charismatic at this point. So he's able to spin a story with great, you know, gusto and great draw and appeal. However, it's still, yeah, we've lived that. I lost my, let me do this. Let me grab these. I need to go grab a Loon token. Give me 1 second. Sorry, that sneeze really gave me like a headache. Oh, ouch. Why didn't I grab Loon? Alright, well, 20.
She's a feisty one.
Yeah, I may have. Oh, I was on the wrong layer. Okay.
Who's my impatient girl? Who's my impatient girl?
Totally patient. Yeah, she was very patient. Are you kidding me? She like stayed for forever.
Loon, it's only been 4 hours. You're coming to 7 out. No.
Like, I can't handle it. Alright, so this is not an exact replica of the area you guys are in, but it does the job for like the kind of. So I will drag you guys over. There you go. That works. Alright, so the idea is, you know, the campsite is off the road. The road would be more, you know, paved and everything. The bottom trees would be much further away from the road because the idea of the Mesa Fair Byway is the trees are not close on the road, so, you know, it's ambush proof. But the fact that you're coming up to a Pathmaker's Rest, they do allow the trees to kind of grow back in to kind of provide natural cover, tree cover. You know, you have different feeding arrangements. You know, these horses we can say sure are some of the horses that are there. This is one of the wagons. There's other wagons kind of drawn around like crescent moon, you know, I'm doing this. And then from her hiding spot, Loon darts out and begins and Al's over here, let's say, giving the story while everyone else is kind of talking. And Davis and oh god, you guys rolled really well. Actually, all of you see this. Everyone that rolled sees this. But Davis and Ben will pick out some more details, and I'll give you guys a chance to do some checks. But Loon is actually chasing. Karos, give me one through 7. Just give me your choice of a number, 1 through 7.
6.
Okay. So this tiny, wispy, kind of difficult to make out form. But since you guys rolled natural 20s, I will go ahead and make it bigger so you can see it.
Oh wow.
These things are tiny.
That's what Lunlun's chasing.
You and yeah, so David. So all of you notice that Loon is chasing something, but Davis and Ben, because you rolled the natural 20s, you guys actually see the details, and it's this writhing mass of like almost it's not translucent. It's, you know, like when you kind of see like it's not opaque, it's not translucent, it's kind of in between, and it's just steering by Loon trying to chase it, and it is just zipping through, and it's kind of. And I guess because you actually guys rolled natural 20, I will give y'all a chance to do something. And like the group is here sitting, I can kind of start bringing other folks in. I'll let you guys think what you want to do.
I'll have an idea, but he didn't know it's being chased, so I almost want to give the floor to them
So wait,
first.
Lunlun's chasing, right? Not being chased.
It is being chased.
Oh,
Loon
Lunlun.
found it, and Loon is chasing.
Got it.
Loon is doing the
The
chasing.
chasing. Okay.
My apex predator.
Yeah, at a girl.
Do they look like anything either that I've seen before or like, oh, I've not seen that before, but it reminds me of?
No, so for clarity, sorry, I may have misspoken. So Ben and Davis see it and can make out its form. The rest of you kind of see that she's chasing something. So you see she's chasing Karos, Aller. They see she's chasing something small. Davis and Ben are able to kind of focus and kind of see that it's this like semi-translucent mass of creature or something.
I'll just tell Al immediately, basically, because like we're kind of on the stage
Yeah.
or the presentation areas. It's like,
Yeah.
is Lulinland is this part of the show? Because Lulinland's chasing something and I can barely make it out, but I can see that. Do you see that?
I think Al would be too panicky about the presentation, and he would assume whatever she's chasing is insignificant, and he would just fall to a backup plan of appending the story a little bit.
How high up is she?
So I think
Sorry, DM.
She's not. She's on the ground.
Oh,
She's
she's
just
on the ground.
pouncing.
Oh,
Yeah.
so. Al would he'll go for plan B. He's gonna raise his voice. He goes, "The divine," and then he'll throw up the magenta fireworks. Took form to us that day.
Since Ben doesn't know exactly what Al's doing, I'll say he's close enough. He'll just cast haste on her. Part of the show, maybe. Whatever.
Well, he needs to touch her there. Oh, no, he doesn't.
No, it's
need to
30
touch her
feet.
with haste.
That's why I was asking how high up she was. It's 30 feet. So I was like,
Yeah.
cast haste. Why not?
So Al's attempting to get her attention to go through with the show.
Yeah.
But it's up to her. Does she have to break? How does
You
her decision go
roll.
about?
You can roll, and you can say, I would say she would need to probably. I would say she would need to make a wisdom saving throw to break her fixation on what she's chasing. Because
Okay, so D20 plus 1.
yeah, and we'll set the DC at 13.
Okay, here I go. Ah.
Wow.
12.
The funny thing is the dice was on a 13 for a good hot second when I saw it.
And I was like, psych.
There is this moment where like you do the sparkles and you see her right eye kind of turn and look to you and look at the sparkle and then just continue chasing it. And
Ben's
with the
like,
haste, yeah, with the haste, this little thing will move, and we'll just kind of make it not move. It's like, and then yeah, with blistering speed, she just and pounces. What is Loon doing? Al, I will let you control her at least.
Okay.
She's got a hasted action too.
Ooh. She will dodge. No.
Disengage.
Then she'll disengage, and then she'll do 30 feet front and back, or up and down. Just end up in the same spot. No. Let's see. So it's a mass of them.
Yeah, it's tiny though. Like again, you don't see you can't make out what she's chasing. She's chasing a thing. She's chasing a small thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that she knows what she's chasing. She sees this writhing little.
I'm gonna go with the cat approach. I think she wants to take what she's hunted and bring it to Al as a trophy or a present. So she'll I don't think she'd be able to get all of them.
Who knows? So go ahead. So she's going to try to attack and make it into a grapple. Is that what you're saying? Like try to grab it. All right. Athletics check. Tested by things acro. But yeah.
What are her passive perception? No proficiencies on skills. Okay. No training.
Yeah,
Training.
just go based on.
Training is 4th edition. Come on.
That's fine. Yeah, so it would be
Is
based
it bloodied?
on
23 athletics to grapple.
23. Oh shit! Yeah, she just lunges and she's got this thing grappled in her mouth and it's just trying to like writhe and try to get out.
She loves going fast.
So I mean, she's got more than enough speed to get to you. She's hasted.
She'll give it one ring with the the neck left and right to see if it calms it or makes it writhe a little less.
Okay, is she intending to do some damage to it, or what?
Oh, I'd say what's the word? Not cosmetic.
Non-lethal?
Yeah, let's go non-lethal. Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and roll me an attack roll at advantage, because it's literally in her mouth.
Oh,
Yeah, let's see if you're able to,
alright,
and I need to see something specific about her stat block. She is Fey, right?
yes.
Okay, so it would do psychic damage. Okay,
Attack plus spell attack to hit. Spell attack is. Oh, that's my spell attack.
yeah, hers is
Alright,
very good, because she's
very
your,
plus 11. Oh shit.
yeah, 5 plus 6. Yeah.
How's a 25?
Damn.
Yeah, okay, go ahead and roll the damages.
Yes.
So this is D8 plus 8, I think?
1d8 plus
I mean,
spell.
spell level, so yeah.
Yes. 1d8 plus 11. Oh yeah, I can't put words after in Foundry. I remember.
You can if you put it in
Slash.
brackets, the
Oh,
square brackets.
the brackets.
But it has to be no space after.
Alright,
No
so that was
space.
action to grapple,
Haste
uh,
action
haste action
to.
to damage,
Okay.
and it takes the damage because it is psychic. And it's still squirming. Like you can see, like she would feel, she chomps down, kind of brings it around, but it's still putting up a bit of a struggle and that, but still got it locked. So now she's got a ton of movement, basically.
I
Oh,
think. I think once she's confident that she's got a good grip on it, I think she'd since she did see the magenta, she at least knows where I'm at. I think she'd fly over to present her capture,
okay.
her quarry. So she'd probably take flight 10-15 feet. Probably go a little faster than intended. Kind of zip by and
Okay.
then land next to Owl.
Oh,
Uh,
I'll dive out of the way. Oh, jeez!
so yeah, that she probably prefer the beeline and the lighting.
right. I just need to grab, I did not grab tokens for our garden. Oh. They are going to not know what the fuck is going on.
I was gonna focus on the flourishes and the and pointing at her and being like, "The divide is taking shape before us,"
Yeah.
This is all
and
planned,
just
y'all.
make it as part of the presentation as much as you can.
Rock would be up there with you. Oh yeah, Ben was up there with you. That's right. Grab that part of that. I gotta fix the grid, but I'll do that here in a second. Good. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool, cool. All right, and then yeah, so she'll, and then I do need to make the rock. Okay. She comes over here with her quarry. It's still thriving in its mouth. That is the all for her turn, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. It is going to try to slip away. Let me look at that. Oh, hey, things are a pain in the ass. It will use it. I will not name it, but it will escape because it can do something.
Nice.
Where's my contested roll?
No contested roll, and I think you know what that means as a player.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Go back into the dark. There it is. Oh yeah, as she like goes to present it, you kind of reach for it, Al, and
I don't think I've
then
ever seen that before.
it will use its action to try to hide. Okay, not the best roll.
It's trying to what?
It's trying to hide from you.
Oh, hide. Got it.
So I will put it on another layer. Yeah, so Lulu, and it just as she kind of goes to like kind of bite down on it a little bit more, And Al, you just see this puff of smoke essentially, and there's
What?
and Grok is like getting there, like ready to just like pull Loon because he's like right next to it, not knowing what it is. Sylvester kind of standing up, pulling, like they're still with their equipment, so get the staff ready, and you see him kind of start to like charge an arc of lightning off of his coral staff.
Whoa.
Not expecting what was going on.
I'll put a hand on Loon, kind of pet her, congratulate her. I'm like, what? Wait, where'd it go? What was that? What'd you find? What are you doing?
And then she just kind of sits there, and then like a confused dog starts scratching her ear. But it's hasted scratching, so
Who did this to you?
Ben
Look at Ben.
says, I haste her.
Give him a nod.
and then Lucas will be, you know this beast, and what is going on? And he's got his blade, like his glass blade, literally drawn at Moon.
Yeah. It's my girl. It's Loon. The embodiment of the Velpine of the Foxwoods. And he'll do a little.
A scritcher.
He was I was concerned with the thing that poofed and got away until people started asking questions, and I'll say Davis and Ben can tell pretty easily that Al switches attention back to the show and presenting Loon.
So Al, you're focusing on the show still. Got it.
Mm.
All right. What I may so real quick in this moment, there's like turn essentially. What is everyone focusing on? So the guards are at the ready. Lucas is drawn and ready. Ofuma is just kind of observing. These two would actually kind of step up like this. Protect.
From
Carlos will look like, are they all only focused on Loon, or are they like looking around for other stuff too?
You would see that they're starting to scan the area a little bit as Al kind of put his hand on Loon, and she's just kind of scratching like a threat. He's diffused her as a threat for the moment.
Gotcha.
can I say if I can Lulun make a perception check? She'll kind of like put her nose to the air and see if she can recognize the scent for the thing that got away.
Fine. Yeah, absolutely.
While she's doing that, I'll lean in to you'll be like, was this part of the entrance that you wanted her to make? But I'll be like kind of grinning to the audience the whole time, kind of trying to keep the show like, yeah. Was this what you intended?
I'll give him the smile that's all mouth, no rest of the face, and it's just that
Uh-huh.
play it cool.
Uh-huh.
Perception. I think it's just it's just passive perception. So yeah, nothing.
I'm trying to see. I don't remember if these get any spell of treating summon a spirit that appears but unconscious. It uses the stat block. I mean, there might be something that we need to do to like edit to give them skills, but they are pretty good as is.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it would make sense for them to be able to use a proficiency bonus for something. So yeah, she's sniffing. She's not able to pick up.
Okay. Then she'll put her nose straight to the sky, give it a few sniffs, and go back to hell. Her tongue. She's probably panting at this point, tongue out, but it's hasted panting. So
And now that they've had a moment to see, and kind of take it in, Ofuma analyzing what he sees the most, he'll see that Lulun is like a giant, a large fox. Excuse me. He notices like her wings, her little fey-like features and striping, and like almost like different pattern on her fur. And he's just kind of looking at it, looking at you, looking at her, looking at you, and kind of sees that some of that magical coloration in her matches you what he associates with you. He understands. Carlos, you were observing the area. Do you want to incite people, or did you want to do something else? Sorry, I wasn't too clear with exactly what you were doing.
I was trying to see if I know she was chasing something, but
Yeah.
I didn't see what she was chasing.
Exactly.
were startled by her,
Mhm.
but like I guess I was trying to gain insight with were they just startled by her or were they startled
Oh, did they
by
notice? Oh, okay, I get what you're
the
saying.
thing? Yeah, so like somebody's like I obviously as the player know that there's a little wormy squirmy that she gobbled, but like somebody look like annoyed or upset that their familiar just got gobbled or
I understand what you say. Okay, I needed to do. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 of them, right? Oh, and I'm also missing Leo on here. Okay. So
Good.
there's 11. All right, stop being jealous.
he's crying somewhere because we just magicked up better food than he could make.
Oh, my job is gone.
Dude, what is it? Okay, so Brock rolled a natural 20 in the fight. He just rolled a natural 20 perception. Good job, Brock.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ofuma rolled the natural 20 as well. Okay, so that kind of works out. So Brock, as he's the one that's next to Loon Loon, and you would think like he was kind of reaching in to like grab her. You notice, Al, that he was actually reaching to kind of help grab what was in her mouth. And as it disappears, she's like, "Hmm?" And then he kind of, you see him gaze at Kars. You see like he's looking, and it's in the woods back here. And then you see that he's looking and he's picking up other presences around you. Uh, what's your passive insight? And Kars is pretty good if I remember right.
Yeah, I think passive should be like 20, but let me double check.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, so you'll pick up. So, Karas, without revealing them on the map, there's one somewhere in this area. There's one somewhere in this area, and there's one somewhere in this area. That you can see that just by looking at Grok, he's picked up on their presence. And this one's Grok. I'll hint them another.
Okay. Carlos will get up and like just put like just like give him a light touch and just do like the eyes pointing to the spots where he thinks he saw movement.
Uh-huh.
Like that he clocks that guy's clocking something too.
Yep. Got it. Okay.
And then he'll just kind of he'll start walking. Not all the way over there, but trying to get closer just to see, because you said there's like something in this vicinity, something
Mhm.
in this vicinity. So
Exactly.
to kind of have like a 90-degree, one to my right, one to there.
Yep.
And then he'll look back at Rock McGraw and point in this general vicinity too.
Mm-hmm.
You could just sign to him, right? Or no? Are you?
I think I can. The sign gloves are not.
Not
He
attuned
just
to
needs
you.
to know our language. Yeah.
I will sign to Cielo if he's not too engrossed with the story. I guess he hasn't heard the story before, so he might be
Nope.
too
Sure.
engrossed with the story.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Damn it.
I appreciate
So yeah, then he'll do the signing to him and just be like, I didn't see them, but I saw movement 3, 2 up here, 1 back behind the rabbit.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. That's he is taken care of, and Brock will be like, he'll give you this very confused but inquisitive look, and he'll like slowly nod his head a little bit, like how's it
Uh,
all with you?
Karos will like start turn away and then realize like, oh, and he'll hold up his hands showing the gloves and like pull on the fabric
Gotcha.
and then head to head. So hopefully that gets it through the.
Yeah. I appreciate the attempt at clarity. That's good. I appreciate that. All right. That's not the wrong color. All right. Who have I
God,
not? Oh,
can
what?
I try to read the crowd?
Yeah. You get insight.
Cool.
And I made these what 15 by 20 last time. I think.
Looks about right.
Give me a 13.
13. What are you trying to read? And I'll let you know what you pick up on.
Do they buy it?
Is the crowd seems a little. So Loon's a surprise. Do they seem like they're still invested enough in the story that I can draw them back in and continue, or do they seem kind of uh
Oh,
do a majority of
what
them
do
seem scared?
what
No.
you want? What does Al want? Because that's what you're gonna
Ah.
believe. Because you didn't roll very high. So
Nice. Regardless of how many seem scared or skeptical of whatever the hell the guards and Kyle are
yeah,
looking for. I mean, Cars.
No, Kyle.
Al thinks he can salvage. Yeah.
Al's like, Karos has to go take a whiz.
Yeah.
That's
Al's
okay.
pretty
He's
sure he
already
can
seen this.
salvage.
He's already heard this before.
Yeah, he was there. Oh, we get to the dragon and then you walk off. Of course, of course.
He's a little scared of the dragon. We don't talk about it around him.
He's always hated that dragon.
He had a bad experience.
and
Can't
that
even
dragon.
talk about it with him. Okay, then Al's next moves will be continuing with the story.
All right, you attempt to pick up the story. Got it. What would Rock, Ben, Davis, Pebble? What are they doing in this 6 to 12 seconds?
Davis, at first is kind of can probably see Grok and Karos talking, but I'm following Al's lead. So if Al's digging in back into the show, I'm going back to the show.
All right.
Ben,
If I see this yellow smile, I definitely commit.
Yeah, Ben, I welcome others' input because I don't have a good idea for what he might do. Because at first, some of my idea for hasting Linlin was he kind of thought it was maybe part of the show, and he was just wanted to be helpful.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you know.
But remember, Ben and Davis saw exactly what Loon had.
True, that is true.
Saw exactly what she had.
I feel like he'd be locked onto it.
Yeah, maybe. But I don't want to make a. He probably wouldn't want to make a big scene either.
You think he would want to survey the area? Try to.
Yeah, I was trying to think about that. You know what? Can he? He's going to Thaumaturge Dark Vision on himself.
Oh, okay. You actually use.
Because it's dark. Yeah.
You have access to his character sheet, right?
Yeah. That's one of the beauties of Foundries. We don't have to worry about that. So yeah, I'm gonna use the Thaumaturge charge to give him Dark Vision for what's it like? It's for a long time, right? Like an hour or something, I think.
8 hours.
Oh, it's 8 hours. Shit. Yeah. So he's got Dark Vision all night. Yeah, and he's just gonna scan and look and see if he can see, and maybe position slightly better. I don't know if there's actual obstructive like tents and stuff here, or if that's just.
No, that's kind of part of the background. Let's imagine that there is some, but they're not truly.
Yeah, he'll position to where he can kind of like see a bit better where he thinks he might, or I guess he'll just he'll try and scan where he thinks there might be something. I mean, I guess it poofs, so he'll just scan all around. Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't know just based on because of the natural. He understands the trajectory of the poof, and he knows that it poofed back.
Gotcha.
So however you want him to move, you can treat the tents as if they're not really there for this case. That's fine. Move through them.
Yeah, he'll just kind of step out of the light of the fire and kind of just off, like very nonchalantly.
All right, I gave you control of his token. I gave
Oh, you
everybody
did?
control.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just kind of step him back like to here.
Perfect. All right, go ahead and give me that perception check then.
Sure.
I'll give him advantage because he rolled the natural 20, so I don't mind you.
Okay. He needed it.
All right, 21. There is something here. There is something here. There is something creeping up on the horses there.
Oh. So what was the first ping?
In counterclockwise. Boop. Boop, like rough
okay,
area
and
again.
then over
Not exact.
Gotcha.
And somewhere by them. And I'm gonna get more horses on here. I didn't realize I didn't bring them over here.
And they all so he actually sees these, or he
they're like sneaking in the shadows. Like he kind of senses their presence. He doesn't see them, but he can kind of feel they're there, or kind of see them like as unnatural blemish in the shadows. Like he kind of make out that the shadows appear.
Gotcha. Okay.
All
Well,
right.
if we're gonna
That
if we're going like for a turn, that's his turn.
Yeah. All right. Rock and Pebble, if you can say anything, I understand. If not, I got you.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
I,
What do you?
I can say stuff, but I honestly have no clue.
Fair.
So it might be better if somebody else just runs me for a bit, and I'll try and catch up.
Okay. No, that's perfectly fine. Let me just tie off the ponies. The ponies are all tied up over here. It's weird how these are large horses, yet these are the correct size. It's just weird. Sizing is weird.
Yeah.
Oh, tie them off here. So let's say that this guy is sneaking up on. All right, put it in there. Okay, cool. All right. So what it is? So CJ just said to kind of do it for him.
Yeah.
Hello. Go ahead and let's do a perception check. I think that would be the best. And Pebble would kind of swoop and kind of circle as well.
Somebody else want
That's
to run
easy.
one rock?
Yeah, someone give me a roll at advantage for Rock because he's got a Sentinel Shield, and then give me a roll at advantage for Pebble because he's a familiar. Got 15 cents. So, and if I need, do we need to drop the Pebbles? We do need to drop
I don't.
Pebble
Do
on
we
here.
have one? If not,
I do not see one in here for Foundry.
I mean theoretically, I could be able. I could just run a cast, summon, find familiar, and then not use a spell slot.
That's fine. That's what it would be.
Yeah, it would be first level or what?
Yeah, a ritual. So first level, lowest level that you can cast.
Right. Okay. I'll do that. I'll drop the. I won't
All
use
right.
the spell slot. I'll cast it, and then that's.
And then yeah, we'll make that a bubble. All right. So yes, if someone can roll a perception check for rocket advantage, and if someone can roll a perception check for pebble advantage, please, Andy. And it's 12:30, so we'll probably be close here to wrap.
I can do the rock one. I'm not sure what the pebble one
I'll do
That's
it.
fine.
I'll do it. It's
would be.
perception. Did you say
Perception.
advantage because of keen senses, right?
Yeah. Advantage goes up.
It might be under my name. I think it's under my name.
That's fine. 20.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Again, not so much that you can see them, but they would be familiar. So now this to kind of help you guys with, I'll put little markers where you guys kind of think they are. Let's do where. Alright. Freehand.
Pebble's usually
So
Fey, right? I think.
yeah, I should say.
Okay.
Both the familiars are usually. So somewhere here, somewhere here, somewhere here. There's one somewhere on the cart, and Karo saw one somewhere over here.
And I thought you said.
Oh yeah, I
back
did do
back
that
to
one.
you.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And then, can someone? Where would Pebble move? It kind of depends. Like, where do you think you would circle? And I'll allow someone to tell me. Go up? Would you go down? Whoever's running? Whoever rolled for Pebble. Who rolled for Pebble?
I mean, I did it
David.
just because I summoned her.
Where do you think she would move? Would she go up towards Ben, or would she go down over here, or would she go left, right? Where do you think? Just a trajectory.
These things are kind of small-ish, right?
They're tiny.
Oh, they're tiny. Yeah.
All
Have her go bug this one.
right, so to try to, she doesn't necessarily see it, but she can feel it's there. Like,
Yeah, gotcha.
swoop down, tries to get better sight of it. All right.
Keep track
Ofuma rolled a natural 20, so Ofuma can roll. I will roll for him. 20. I guess that was like okay. Ofuma will. We'll say, gentlemen, a part of the show, and that's that. And then Lucas, the guard, will step up here. Sylvester will step up here. This one will move next to Karos. And Al, you are trying to continue the story. So, Verenia and Keiko will move up here just to get more into the center. And Al, go ahead and give me a performance check to try to do the story.
Okay.
And then nope. Okay. And then
Do
oh
I
sorry.
want
Nope.
to spend my last lucky on this? Was it was my 5?
You are a
I'm
showman.
gonna try. Da-da, da-da. Whoop. All right. Performance.
Ooh, okay.
Yes. 23.
So you're beginning to try to project, and as the moment of like a little bit of tension and everyone kind of scouting out, as they didn't really see what it was, they may have, there seems to be this idea that okay, maybe it was a night critter, and the threat itself was Loon Loon, which you begun to diffuse, and you begin to transition into the story, and as you're kind of calm and getting kind of back into the story, they see, most of the diplomats and the guards are beginning to kind of wane. Lucas draws his blade down, hasn't quite sheathed it yet, because it's in the process of the Grok does not reciprocate it, and he's going to continue kind of looking at Karos. Sylvester, who was just kind of getting light generated, he begins to arc the lightning back into his staff. Yeah, so you are able to kind of guess the story. What's Loon Loon doing? Technically, acts, but your turn.
Oh. Since she wasn't able to pick up the scent, she, I feel like she's been trained by Al a bit for like some cues and like embellishments. So I think she'll be part of the show. Al's adding into the story, ahead of ahead of schedule. The divine showed us a vision of why the Foxwoods are called the Foxwoods. She's without a name at this point, but the spirit of the fox herself has finally shown herself, and they'll just kind of keep pointing and embellishing, and she'll strike poses or like float in
Okay.
the air, majestically.
And that would be like kind of your 6 seconds. These little shits will do their thing then.
Hopefully not the little shits that we last called little shits from the tower. Those things were little
So
shits.
V2, V3. There's too many of them.
I like to throw a little. I could get that. They're definitely going for what they came for. That one bamps over, runs down over here, kind of leaps off, like leap. You'll see this like again because you are kind of in the area, kind of still focusing on them. The shapes and forms don't completely make too much sense because they are tiny. They are actually, if I was to properly do this, they are like that, right? But they're kind of hard to track. So I'm making them a little bit bigger. And then so you'll see one of these.
Ooh, little gremlin.
Ooh.
It leaps right towards the feet. This one on the horse. It will pull the horse's tail and kind of swing itself onto the feet. One kind of lunges from the wood here, and it will run across and jump off a bend. So once it jump off a bend, moving.
Oh, fancy.
Oh.
This one, I should also be getting rid of these X's. Sorry, now I gave myself a lot to help with. All right, come on, you can do this quick, Adam. Be a good DM. All right, that's gone, gone. This is gone, and this is gone. This one will there. That's there. This one will continue. 20, 30 for now. And This one will 5, 10, jump between you two. Jump between y'all.
Ah,
That's fine.
If I could, I would use my reaction to hit it.
And they do not provoke opportunity attacks as they move.
So, funny you should mention that.
mm.
Is the feature worded like flyby?
Yes.
Okay, because I think my ready to action, it doesn't apply there.
Well, so it's worded in the way where it's kind of like it's like flyby slash the mobility kind of stuff where it's like movement does not provoke opportunity attacks. They can provoke opportunity attacks in other ways. So like if they're prone and they stand up, that's provokes an opportunity attack. If you had mage caster or mage player and they cast a spell, that's an opportunity. Their movement does not provoke opportunity attacks. Is what the design is intended of these guys.
Okay. Then yeah, that
However
would
you want it.
that would beat up my thing because mine thing says while you're
Okay.
wielding a reach weapon, you're holding in two hands. Other creatures provoke an opportunity attack from you when they enter your reach, but that movement can't provoke an opportunity attack, so it beats
Yeah,
mine.
that's kind of like this weird,
Yep.
slippery kind of. Yeah, so not trying to be a jerk DM, but
No,
that's kind of
I was somewhat unclear. I think so. I was actually listening to the Green Hill fight, and it was the Periton. I think technically the way Periton stuff is worded, the ready to weapon, I can't actually hit them if they
But
come
hit it.
into reach.
Oh, okay, that's good to know.
Or maybe we were wrong. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we ruled it that I could.
Yeah, and then there's another one that comes over here. So as you see, these oddly shaped. Some of them are bipedal. Some of them are almost Slytherin-like. Some of them they're there's no congruency among these forms. I'll try to keep them up a little bit longer. Sorry. You guys can kind of enjoy the token art.
Cool. I like it.
And that was the first one here. And then the one that you guys didn't see, but I'll go ahead and pull it back up for that. They are immediately, like, they kind of, like, when they move, it's kind of like, when you see, like, animation where they jump real quick. And wink, 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 wink. Like, it's hard to kind of follow their movement. And they land on top of some of the remnants of the feast. And they're just... this one actually lands next to Loon Loon and kind of looks at Loon Loon, and it begins to kind of, and again, they're tiny, so keep in mind, begins to kind of stretch its face and kind of opens it, and you see like it's starting to siphon something off of Loon Loon. I need Ben to roll me a concentration check
Ben does.
as it contain the spell.
Okay. Interesting.
Does he have?
He has Eldritch Mind. If that.
Yeah, so that's on all the So he's not taking damage, but he still gets advantage on it, and I will roll to see what the DC will be.
Wait, why is that green? Oh, it's just succeeded. That's why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because I didn't give you
Right.
a
Yeah,
DC.
there's no damage, but it's a 20.
So it would work. I wrote this down, and I wrote this down a while ago, and I don't remember how it works. So I roll.
I've been hoisted by my own petard.
Yeah, I created these guys a long time ago. That's way too high. It's 5d. No, it is actually. Okay, 5d12. 36 half. Or is that just straight? No, that's just straight up sets DC. Okay, so yeah, they just kind of land. Sorry, it should have been 4. So -6. So 30. 30 still beats 20. Okay, cool. I understand how this thing works. It lands and it begins to, and it sucks the haste off of Loon Loon and takes it for itself.
Wait, so is
Is
he? So he's still
she
concentrating?
lethargic?
Yeah, she would be, right?
Yes. Yeah. But like Ben feels the spell. How do I want to put it? Ben feels his influence shift target, and then he loses control of it. So Ben can drop his concentration if he wants.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, and as he does, he attempts to kind of drop it, and no wave of lethargy on this guy because it is now the source of the spell. And now that the thing is hasted, it kind of goes over here and even faster. Okay, go. Y'all's turn, and then we'll probably take a break. or call it for the night.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Now, I will make them appropriately tiny just for this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that.
All right, anyone can feel free to let me know what they're doing. I don't mind. There's kind of you guys have. Al was the only one that I kind of wanted him to have an order for the time being because he was adamant about the show. The show must go on.
Let's
Not anymore.
let's have fun with Ben because I can. Let's go Spirit Guardian's 4th level.
Okay.
And there's a way to do the aura thing here. I'll do it. 30 feet, right? So whoop.
15 feet.
Yeah, it's 30-foot radius, right?
I'm gonna fade into this tree and probably go into stealth.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
And probably try to climb the tree.
Sure. Go ahead and action would be either so your action. Well, you have I don't know. You have to make two. So just go ahead and give me a stealth
Yeah,
check.
I have climber. Yeah.
Yeah.
Men so good.
Okay.
3 is the lie.
Yeah, it's just like a meh.
Yeah.
All right, so you're 20. What was it? Total of 25.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I just put it on here so I
Yeah.
remember when we come back next session. Okay, got it. Ben moves forward. All right. I don't even remember. I guess at this point, kind of matching his. Because I kind of imagine when he did the dark vision, like little celestial, like little starlets are kind of coming off of his eyes. You know,
Sure.
like little cosmic trails. Kind of expands and envelops. It's almost like a nebula swirling around him for his spiritual guardians in this case.
Yep.
All right. Anyone else before we call it for the night?
I mean, shoot, Davis will smack.
Davis can try to smack. He wants to. They're just eating,
Smack,
man. They're hungry.
Smack the hasted one.
Sure, go for it.
I know they're harder to hit probably, but you know,
Yeah.
we don't want them to eat.
It's bizarre food.
Can I? Let's see. I don't think there's a way I can position. I mean, I don't know. Does this count as flanking with Kendra? Or no, this is
He's
Kendra.
not.
This is Berenia.
Berenia is not a threat.
What about this one?
Threatening target.
No, whatever. I'll just hit. I'll do.
They're hard. It's intentionally hard to get pointing on time frame.
Yeah,
Because it's
fair.
like,
Makes sense. I'll just smack it then. First one.
go for it.
I didn't declare before, so regular, not ferocious.
Okay.
27 to hit.
Surprisingly hit.
Surprisingly.
Surprisingly hit. These things are tiny, man. They're hard to hit. This thing is flickering.
I will. Oh, so what's their wound? I assume their wound dice is like D4. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I will Orcish Fury it as well.
Okay.
So that's D10, right? I think it's an actual.
Yep.
Yeah. So D10 plus D4 then. Hey, let's go. 24.
Or no. All right, Davis. Yeah, you. And it just. As it bursts,
Uh oh.
exude magical energy. It goes boom.
Yeah, and it had a spell on it too. I imagine that might make a difference.
That's why I'm saying, does it count? Yeah. So, it was a 3rd level spell.
It was.
15 feet. Uh-oh.
Oh crap! What are my command styles right now? I don't remember.
Good. So we will actually on that as you smack it, you see that like you hit it, and you're used to cutting through something, or you're used to like even this like you kind of like squash it like a bug, but as you do, the the twisted magical nature of this creature begins to kind of like fold in on itself, and it begins to like super shrink into this finite, dense little mote of magical energy, and and we'll pick up next time as I have to draw and figure out how much damage and everything happens. So,
Sick.
explosion! We will stop the session, and we'll pick up next time for session 179 as Davis just killed a lot of people.
Sick.
Oh no.